Welcome back to our channel, and today I'll be going over one of the new computers that we just got approved to build. It is an esports computer for a college kid. It's meant for gaming in 1080p in Overwatch and League. Both games of those types will be running at 1080p and at 144 FPS and 144 hertz. And his other games he wanted to run more at 60 or 70 FPS and as high quality as possible. So that kind of involved a bit of a configuration spec. So we are going to be using, excited to be using a Ryzen 5 1600 for our CPU. We're going to be using a Noctua NHU12S SE, which is one of the few air coolers that has the AM4 bracket included with the cooler. Lots of these air coolers are, well, a lot of them don't have the brackets, and so you have to wait for the bracket to be made or order the bracket from the manufacturer, which most times won't be included with the cooler, so you'll have to wait some extra time. And because this build needs to, well, he wants it done by the 11th, we don't really have a lot of time to wait for parts to arrive. So I went with this cooler because it has two NFF12 fans already on it, and it comes with the bracket. We're using an MSI a B350 a Tomahawk for the motherboard. It's a black board with some nice red lights, and it looks good. It does well. It's got a lot of stars. So yeah, we're using a Corsair Vengeance LPX RAM. It's a 2x8 gig kit of a DDR4 3000. This is one of the best RAM kits out there for Ryzen right now. Some of the kits that have the faster clocks or the RGB, those are cooler, but they just cost more. We're using a WD Blue a 250 gig SSD. This has virtually the same performance as the Samsung 850 EVO, but this is a 250 gig drive for about $90, and it has some really good stars online. We're also using a WD a Caviar Blue 1 terabyte drive as the bulk storage. Again, this is a very well recommended drive online. Lots of awards. Kind of went back and forth on the graphics cards, but we ended up using the EVGA, a GeForce, a GTX, a 1070, a superclocked. This helps hit the performance marks without having to turn down the graphics. While esports can run at the speed, at the resolution, this card just has more and more overhead in it, and it'll help the client hit the mark in more intensive games like GTA, The Witcher, stuff that's not really esports or FPS. We're using a DIY, a PC, a D480 white case. It's a great case. It's got a lot of stars. It's white. It's got the power supply cover, and it comes with 120 fans already installed. So that's a great case. And it's white, so having the black board, having the black RAM, all in a white case, it's got a nice contrast there. We're using a Corsair, a CXM 650 watt bronze semi-modular power supply. This one has more than enough power. Originally I had a 550 watt, but that just didn't have quite enough overhead on it. We were assuming about 100 or so watts of overclocking, and then you're starting to get close to the maximum power, which you don't really want to do. So we went with this one. Being that the case has a power supply cover, the fact that the cases aren't fully modular shouldn't be an issue, because the power supply cover is going to stop that. We're also using the an Asus optical drive. Normally I don't really install optical drives anymore, but we wanted to give the client an optical drive in case he decided to install some software or play a CD. Who does that anymore? And yeah, that's about it. Should do quite well. Still has room for a 16 gigs more of RAM, or you can change the kits out for something even more crazy. Being that it's a B350 board, you can still overclock well. And the Noctua cooler will do that quite well. Yeah, that's about it. Gonna put the hashtag to follow the build. We're gonna put up a bunch of content on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Just follow the hashtag that I'll put down below, and you'll be able to see all the pictures and videos that we'll be going and putting up. We're anticipating having the build done by next Friday, or earlier if we get the parts faster. So yeah, as always, if you enjoy watching our content, please hit the little red button down below to subscribe to our channel, and hit the little bell icon which is right beside it. If you don't do that, then you may miss our most current uploads. And why would you want to do that? Like, share, please. Thank you.